I think I'll take some calls. I haven't had many calls today, and to tell the gentleman from Texas to call some other time, because it's a very weak call, and I can't waste the radio time. He can call me later on. And we'll take line number 2. Where's everybody today? I had to give a little bit of a spiel before because there weren't many callers. Normally I have more callers than I can handle. Hello, this is Roy Master speaking. You're on the air.
Hi, Roy.
Hello.
I appreciate what you spieled.
Was that I'm the spieler for the Holy Spirit.
It really hit home.
Yes.
I'm calling with regards to my 16-year-old daughter. We are in a family crisis, and I realize that it's because I've given her me. I've made her me.
I know, but women are, you're a very willful lady, aren't you?
Yes, very much so.
And you've taken control over the family.
Yes.
And you realize that the female spirit is really of Satan, don't you understand?
Oh, yes.
And how long does it take a person? I mean, you can't hardly teach your children this sort of thing because they're so sensuous when they're young. I mean, they're so far from, seeing what we need to see through suffering that it's hard to explain things like that to them.
I know. I've been listening to you and hearing you for 10 years.
And you didn't understand me, did you?
I thought I had the concept. I was introduced to you by my husband and my mother-in-law.
And
I used that against them in my willfulness all these years.
How did you do that as if I didn't know?
I told them that, you see, you don't live that way.
Yes.
He's wrong. He must be wrong. Roy Masters, I hated you.
You did?
I hated you because you represented right, and I knew you were right, but yet I hated you because they weren't living that way.
But did you hate me, or was it in you?
It was
both of you.
In me. Exactly.
You shared its feelings towards me.
Exactly.
You'd also share its damnation, don't you see, if you do that?
Yes, exactly.
And of course, as a result of that, your spirit, your rejection of the truth, caused your you would try to hand that down to your children, wouldn't you?
Yes, I did.
See, you try to support their ego or make them hate the truth too.
Exactly.
So they accept your spirit.
Exactly.
And then you could dominate.
That's true.
See? But now, it took you 10 years to come to the conclusion that I was right.
Well, I knew you were right, but I wanted to not believe it.
You want to find out for yourself? My son Alan says the same thing. He says, I know you're right, Dad, but I got to go find out for myself. I said, it's silly. If you know I'm right, why do you have to find out for yourself? You already know.
My ego wouldn't. I wanted so badly to be right, but that was just the problem. I realize now it was.
You want to be Miss Right. You want to be a queen or a king on a throne, right?
Yes, exactly.
See, so anybody that comes along and tells you that you're not right is wrong, even if he's right.
I did hear it
Yeah.
from time to time when my husband is right. It washes over me.
How's your husband doing in the face of all this onslaught?
Not very well.
You mean he hasn't held up under your meanness is stronger than his goodness?
Sometimes. Sometimes he's a pillar of strength.
Well, sometimes a pillar is a very weak pillar.
He has caved in.
Oh dear.
And I resent him.
You resent him when he caves in, and you resent him when he doesn't cave in.
Exactly.
Poor man.
He's in a lot of trouble. I know that.
See? See, I'd much rather be resented for not caving in.
I know. To
be thought of as cold and not loving and whatever it is, than be resented because I was cold and, you know what I mean? I didn't cave in, and I was right for not caving in.
He is. I tell you what happened. We have a 16-year-old who I know now this isn't just a sudden thing that's taken place. It's been over the years. She ran away about 4 months ago.
Oh dear, she ran away from who?
From me.
Your dominating, wicked old spirit.
Yes.
Yes.
She became involved with a group of kids at school who were leading her down the wrong path.
Well, you set her up to be led. I'm making these comments so everybody else is listening to this, you see. So
I agree.
You set her up to follow the wrong spirit.
Yes, exactly.
See, you traumatize her, and then therefore she recognizes her Lord and Savior as the same kind of spirit that's in you.
Exactly.
See? As a matter of fact, whoever saves her from you is worse than you.
Yes.
See what I mean?
Yes, and that's
like a man gets involved with a woman, and he doesn't realize that the reason why he's involved with a woman is because of his rebelliousness against God. had involved him, gave her dominance, and therefore, unless he can repent of what caused him to sin and become involved this way and enslaved, unless he can repent of that and get saved the right way, he's going to look for another woman to save him from you.
Yeah.
And therefore, she's worse than you are. See?
I do.
She loves him away from you, and pretty soon he's just enslaved to her. And that's what's happening to your daughter with these friends.
Exactly. They seduced her away from what was so evil.
Yes, there's something more evil than you can always finish off what you started.
Exactly.
See, this is mind-blowing to a lot of people, you know that.
Oh, I know. It was for me for a lot of years.
You know what you're saying to people? You know what you're saying to people? You're saying to people, I'm wicked.
Oh, I am.
And you're saying, and other people hate for you to admit this.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're admitting it, it's forcing them to look at themselves, and they're saying to themselves, well, Roy Masters is manipulating this lady's mind to admit all this. See, this woman is really a Roy bot or something, you know.
Oh, no.
See,
not
so
true. Not true.
You rebelled against me for 10 years, didn't you?
Yes. I fought it for so long. I do truly see. To get back to her, she ran to her father, her real father. My husband is her stepfather.
Oh, I
has
see.
been for 8 years.
Yes.
She ran to her real father,
Yes.
who is, quote, a good man, end quote,
Yes.
churchgoer.
I don't know which is worse, a church-going hypocrite or a drunken bum.
Exactly.
He's not much of a choice.
Frankly, he is that. He is a hypocrite. Although he's very comforting to her right now.
I don't know. I think the hypocrite is slightly less of the two evils.
I think so, too. He doesn't certainly physically abuse her. He's
Yes.
not trying to correct her, though. She has come home.
All I want you to, before you go any further,
Okay.
what do you want from me?
I want help.
What can I hear your story, and all I can do is make a little running commentary just so everybody else understands not to do it.
I see where I have been wrong.
Good.
When I look in her eyes, I see,
She's a good girl.
yes, I see the sweet spirit there.
Why don't you say to her, what's her name, first name?
Jill.
Huh?
Jill.
Jill?
Mm-hmm.
Say, Jill, Mother's been wrong to you all these years. I've confused you. I've hated your brightness. I've hated your individuality. I was willful. I wanted to rule through you. And now listen, this is a hard thing for a person to admit, because I've covered it all up and I've made you confused about what you saw in me. But you really weren't confused. You just became upset and you tried to rebel, but you didn't know how. In some way, you're very much like me.
I have.
You're subject to the same spirit. If you go, you're going around with all these weirdo people.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Mm-hmm.
you're subject to their spirit. You can't. The seed doesn't fall far from the tree.
I have said that to her, Roy.
What'd you say?
She is not hearing me. I think she hears.
Well, she may have to go for 10 years and suffer the same way as you.
What I really wanted to know is if you would talk to her.
Right now?
She's not here with me.
Well, you bring her in. I'll be happy to talk to her.
I know she needs a father. She needs.
All children need a father principle.
I know.
A father
is wonderful. He is good, but he is
weak.
He is weak. She needs a father. She needs to hear truth.
What she needs is the spirit of the Father directly through the Father.
Yes.
And not through sham Bible verse.
Well,
not that Bible is bad, you understand.
No, I thought for this whole last week, I have been seeing so much, and I really thought, here I am, I'm a thinker, which is...
That's your problem.
Dumb, yeah. I really thought I was doing it in the spirit.
See, I always thought...
Yes. I realized just this morning, talking to my husband, that...
You realized that you're deceived by thoughts, right?
Yes, exactly. And I realized that my motivation then has been all wrong, even though I'm saying the right...
Don't you like the way I'm making all these comments all the time?
I love it. Because you're confirming what I know.
Everything you say, I have a little thing to go alongside it, just to give it two sides.
Well, I know. I kept saying to my husband, why aren't you making decisions? Why aren't you helping? Why aren't you changing? And suddenly it hit me that I'm changing with the wrong motivation. I want results. I want her to see rather than
You
for
got
my
it.
own-
See, you finally see,
I
and
see.
you've finally gone beyond your thinking.
I've gone beyond the ego, me. I know.
Whenever I correct my wife, the first thing she says, well, I'm thinking this and thinking that. I said, you're thinking, that's what's deceiving you. Why don't you just see?
Exactly.
And you won't have to rely so much on thinking like a blind man.
And it comes easier. I'm beginning to see that each sight and
I'm beginning to see.
it becomes easier, yes.
I'm not beginning to think that, but I'm beginning to see that. Right?
Right.
All right.
And I do want so for her to hear truth from...
Well, but you must. But then you must be patient.
I know.
Because God wants volunteers, not conscripts.
Right.
So that when you force, when your own impatience, and your own patience has something to do with saving you, saving yourself through saving her. Follow that? That's another ego trip.
Yes, I know.
So when you realize that you've done the damage and you can't unscramble your egg, and if this egg is going to be unscrambled, reborn, follow? That you're going to have to back off. There's going to be some kind of miracle involved. But you've got to realize strongly that you've done the damage. You've got to be sorry, and don't try to save the damage. You can't save the damage.
That's where I am coming from.
Because you ruin it, and then you try to save it.
Yes, exactly.
And the more you save it, the more you ruin it.
Roy, that is a question also.
And that's what causes parents to abandon their ruined children, because...
She wants to leave. She wants to go back to her father and stepmother who offer comfort. They offer, she says, they're not complicated like we are.
Well, maybe they are, maybe they're not. But the point is, see, the innocence, the simplicity of innocence is not yet shining in you.
No, I know.
But it's coming. I see you're getting sober.
Yes.
So you're much more sober now than you were 10 years ago or 10 minutes ago.
Exactly.
So why don't you just be patient? Why don't you say to your daughter something like, look, I don't know what to tell you. I have been complicated. I have been confusing, because that's the way your will got into her, right? I mean, everything is very simple until you confused her.
Exactly.
and so you're still complicated. So why don't you get back to simplicity yourself and say, look, I have complicated you and I've confused you. I have been complicated and confounding unconsciously, because you couldn't be consciously and do it because you couldn't stand the conflict.
Oh, I did it sometimes in such anger, too.
See, in such rage, right?
Yes.
So tell her that. Say, I'm sorry, you may be right, you may be wrong, but what you need to do is to see it for yourself. I would just want to warn you that, that you can be violated and confused, but then there's another side. Then what gets inside you wants comfort. See, in other words,
Yes.
see that?
Yes.
So if I confuse you 1 minute, the good guy, bad guy routine, or bad guy, good guy routine, if I confuse you 1 minute and I'm nice to you the next, then what I sow in you in confusion and cruelty, I support with false love. So you can either get it from the same body, me, or you can run from my confusion and go to somebody's cruelty and go to someone's love. But it will still support the sickness in you. That love isn't God's saving love, it is the devil's supportive love.
I've been
See that?
saying that to her, right?
You see?
I have been, but she hates me so.
She does, I know, but there must be no more grounds. What you need to do is stop confusing her and stop trying to save her. And you also must not be tempted to play the role of comforter like the stepfather, stepmother, and her real father.
Yes.
You must be tempted because that's very seductive.
Yes, it is.
She'll have to go through a phase in her life where she'll see that. But she must experience it first. All right?
I see.
Something she'll have to experience. She experiences your cruelty and confusion and destructiveness.
Cruel.
And now she's going to experience the destructiveness of false love for what's wrong with her. Supportive love only makes wronger. Pardon the vernacular.
I see.
If you love a thief in a human way, you're supportive of a thief, then the thief becomes worse. You love a homosexual, it becomes more of a homosexual. You only encourage the wrong with human love. There is no such thing as human love. What we need is agape love. We must stop loving, and you must stop hating your child with the intent to put your will into her. And you must stop loving your child, seducing that child with the intent of putting your will into her and make her dependent on your approval, so she'll do what you want for that supportive, wicked love. You follow that?
Yes, I do.
So you're going to have to stop resist the temptation not only to be cruel to her and confusing, but also loving and confusing.
Love her, right.
Love confuses, as every man knows who has experienced the love of a woman, he ends up being very confused and trapped.
Mm-hmm.
See that?
My husband is the example of that.
All right. Well, now you're just going to have to be neutral. And if you think neutrality is not love, you're right. It's not worldly love. It's agape love. Because as long as you're loving and hating, there's your will involved.
I know.
Follow that?
Yes.
Or not really your will, but what passes for your will.
Right.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's hell on earth, right? You see it happening.
How I see it, yes.
Yes. So if you can stop loving or hating and loving, seducing, being cruel and making up for your guilt feelings and being sweet, manipulatively sweet. If you have the spirit of understanding in you that says cease and desist from these two, then that spirit will take over in a new kind of loving and hating, a new kind of loving and hating. I can't tell you what that is right now. See? But then everything will start going right. I want to give you a divine paradox so you understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
If you want to hate evil, don't hate it. Follow me very carefully. If you want to hate evil, don't hate it. And if you want to love evil, hate it. Divine paradox. Did you hear me?
Yes, I did.
Could you say it how would you say it in your words? So you or can you say it in your words?
Not in my own words.
I'll tell you in my words.
Okay.
God doesn't want you to hate. See, you can't hate evil because you can't see it except as it appears in a person. So he says, don't hate your brother or your sister or your mother. Don't hate or resent them. Because the spirit of your mother, which imprisons and enslaves the spirit of your mother and your sister and your brother and your husband, that which is in your, who is confusing, using that body, its will is in that body, and it's made a home in that body, and it's trying to make a home in you too. So therefore, its wickedness, its injustice is going to tempt you to fall to hating it.
To judge it.
To judge it and to hate it.
Right.
See? And then the spirit of pride and judgment enters, and you become addicted. Because a new life springs up in you based upon having something to hate. Revolving around evil, right?
Yes.
And it separates you from good. So if you hate evil, you get separated from good. And therefore, hating evil is obedience to evil, which means you're embracing evil. And not you see that? But not hating it is is obeying what's right in your heart, resisting the temptation to respond with anger and hate and rage. Follow?
Yes.
So therefore, that is loving good, and that's hating evil. Not hating evil is loving good. So not hating evil. If you want to hate evil, don't hate it. Got the idea now?
I do. I see.
If you want to hate evil, don't hate it. If you want to love evil, hate it. See? So what I'm saying, there's a divine flow, an uninterrupted divine flow, which comes by not being willful and angry and hateful. Trying to get your way through a person, because that's what you were doing to your daughter.
Oh, definitely.
See, you were the aggressor in this case.
Yes, very much so.
See? So you were the evil in this case to your daughter.
Thinking all the time that it was because I wanted her to be, quote, good.
Yes, you were using your powers, the feminine powers which have been endowed, to you by your husbands. See what I mean? The authority that you have confiscated, or received by their default of their virtue.
And I am extremely willful.
You are
And
extremely willful, naughty.
Oh, I know.
So you know how to back off and get your will out of those two extremes, love and hate, and then do nothing?
I'm not sure I know exactly.
Well, I'll give you another divine paradox.
Okay.
If you do something, you'll do nothing. You'll make things worse.
Yes.
If you do nothing, something will happen. That's better.
Okay.
Follow?
Yes.
We're dealing in divine paradoxes.
I do see that because this week, as I said, I thought I was acting the way I should. I don't know how to put it in other words, and realized suddenly, just this morning, that I wanted something from the way I was acting.
You wanted...
I wanted to save her.
And save yourself.
And save myself.
Save face. And therefore she saw the effort. She saw that you didn't love her, that your desperation wasn't for her but for you. She saw your selfishness and hypocrisy.
Probably.
Couldn't accept that effort, could she?
Yeah, no.
And it's lucky for her she couldn't accept it. It means she's still alive and well on planet Earth.
Yes. She would be seduced again.
Yes.
That's why I felt the need for her to talk to you. I just...
Well, I will talk to her.
I would really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Bye-bye.
You know, we've had only 2 calls, basically. I still got that one from Texas hanging on. And let me see if it is. No, it's not. But anyway, that was an interesting dialogue. And the reason why I interrupted a lot, that lady didn't mind. Because, you see, every sentence, every thought has something running parallel to it. See, either an evil, which I can point out, or a good I can point out on the other side of that. And so forgive me if I seem to be, rude, but it's not intentioned. Because as you could hear by the dialogue, if you'd follow this, something is emerging. Something is coming to your conscious attention that you've been afraid to look at. It's the will of hell on earth as it operates through the ladies, through the failure of all men. So please, I don't want you ladies to think that I'm down on you, but you will think I'm down on you because those of you who are really wicked will not hear. For instance, if I say to a person, look, if you don't straighten up, you're going to die. An enemy listening to this program will say, Roy Master says everybody's going to die. I heard him say it on television. Now I say, if you don't straighten up, they don't hear that part. See, so it's a good thing this isn't the days of the Inquisition, because I'd be in trouble. Because a lot of you just can't stand what I'm saying. I mean, what I'm saying is pure as the driven snow. I am the prosecuting attorney for your error, your sin. And some of you will say, thanks, I needed that. I needed to hear that. I needed someone to tell it like it is, to call a lie a lie. But you have so many people on TV and radio and experts on human nature, sexologists, cultivating, encouraging you in all the wrong ways, teaching you how to love your husbands in seductive ways, the ways that bring more trouble upon you. Even some people preaching the doctrine of hate. There's one church I know in Grants Pass, Oregon, that holds its whole church together by hating Roy Master, encouraging the hatred of the Antichrist, me. That's what they say. So they hate. And of course, when the congregation hates me, they are guilty. And they need someone to love them. And the preacher loves them and encourages, like Hitler. If you ever fight with your wife, fight with your husband, and you go to your girlfriend, and she loves you, that love doesn't save you from hate. It only encourages you to hate, to feel right about hating something. So love can ruin your whole life. Support groups can ruin your whole life. What we're looking for is the right kind of love. Don't look for love from anybody. And if you give up resentment, you won't need love, because you won't be guilty. You'll have the fulfillment of the good Lord in your heart. Please write to the Foundation of Human Understanding and get these cassettes to teach you how to meditate so you won't need to medicate. It's a nice saying, meditate, don't medicate. Post Office Box 34036, Los Angeles, California 90034. Would you write to me, please? Do you realize how much money this program costs? It costs a fortune. I mean, I'd blush to tell you how much these programs cost us. And we have to take it out of your hide, otherwise we only have so much juice and then we fade away. If you appreciate this program, there's a lot of religious programs on there, a lot of unworthy programs, a lot of junk you buy from commercials. What about this? If you can't afford it, I'll give it to you for what you can afford. $25 plus $3.50 for mailing in the United States. In Europe, you're going to have to send a whole lot more for mailing. $6, $7, something like that. So please support the program. I mean, our mail is so weak. The last couple of years, we have about a third as much mail as we used to. We're not growing. We're fading a little bit. And I'm not asking my listeners my regular listeners who do enough. We appreciate that. I'm asking for people standing on the sidelines, you see, to dig deep. Well, a little bit deep. If we just sent $10 a month, that would be nice. $5 a month, that'd be nice. More if you can afford it. So we can pay our bills. Is this program valuable? It's an addition to this is the basic primer to get you started and teaching you how to meditate and control your emotions. That's what you need to do, is not suppress them, but not to have those negative ones. It's to free you to be positive. So write to me now and also support the program, please. What else can I say? I just give up some selfish thing that you do and support the Foundation's work for you. Post Office Box 34036, Los Angeles 90034, and this is program 3062. 3062. Please do it now. Thanks for listening, and join us on our next broadcast.
You have been listening to the program How Your Mind Can Keep You Well in a Moment of Truth, produced by the Foundation of Human Understanding.